Greetings and salutations. It's been a long journey, hasn't it? But now we're finally reaching the climax of Find Love or Die Trying. Now, I'm going to go for the bad ending first. I'm pretty damn certain Kill Cat is the bad ending. The game is very obvious in its writing, should I say. I'm sorry, Cat. Don't be. I deserve this. I raised the gun and pointed it at her. Took a deep breath. Goodbye, Silverain. I love you. Bam. Goodbye, Cat. Goodbye, Island. I've earned my freedom, but at what cost? Every step I take to the boat gets heavier and heavier. It feels like I'm sinking into the ground, and for some reason I'm crying. My heart hurts so much. It feels like part of me has died. I fall to the ground. I try to get up and just sink deeper and deeper into the ground. I'm so sorry, Cat. I'm so sorry. Oh, is that it? I thought that was going to be like a follow-up. Like, you get back, or you're released into the public, but everyone knows your face because of the shows. Maybe there's a stinger. Though, no offense, guys. Credits could have been a bit more interesting. Any stingers? Anything at all? Do I at least get an achievement? The game does not have achievements. Fair enough. Nope, that was it. It was just that. So we'll pop right back. So we have bad ending, then trust Cat. I trust you, Cat. I held out the gun to her. You do? After everything I've done, after everything that you've done, yes, I still trust you. And I know you've been forced to do some awful things to people that didn't deserve it. But I know there's some good in you, and I believe that good. Take it. Thank you, Silverain. She took the gun from my hands, then shot me in the chest. No, I'm kidding. Okay, I won't let you down. What if you do? It's not like I'll be around long enough to regret it. Let's hope it doesn't come to that. Let's do this. We decided to seek Damien out and try and get the drop on him rather than wait for him to hit the switch. My heart was practically beating out of my chest. I couldn't tell if the cat was as nervous as I was. She hit it with the same face she always had. We dashed from one wall to another wall, looking for cover, looking around, repeat. How much time had passed? It feels like we've been looking for him for hours when the pressure, though I can't know it's been more than a few minutes. As the minutes passed by, I could tell Cat was growing more and more impatient. She trained her gun whether she was looking at trigger finger ready to shoot or any bullet at any time. Left, right, glanced around and I looked at her and then back again. Her hands were shaking. Look left, look right. I only got one shot to make or break it. Look back to Cat. She's checking a corner ahead for us. She looks left, she looks right. It takes everything I have to stay focused. Don't even think about dying. I don't mean the possibility. She turns to look back at me. Oh no. Damien's walking closer and closer behind her, his gun resting on her shoulder. He can't be more than 10 meters away. He slowly lifts his gun off from its resting position. Before I know it, I'm running towards her with everything I have. Something is making me run, something I've forgotten. Something I'm just starting to remember. It's the two of us at the beach, I see it now. How many hours has it been? Made it to the ship, but it wasn't enough. The alarms were deafening, security's going to be here any minute. And our only saving grace, our ship wouldn't start. That's it then. Never thought I heard Cat sound so desperate. Well then, at least we tried. What else can say that? She lowered her head and leaned on me. No, we're not giving up yet. There's something we can do, Silverain. The engine's broken, the guards will be here in a minute. At least we've got some weapons, it's not over. I grabbed from the precious two firearms we had and split them between us. There's two of us and hundreds of them, there's no point. Not to mention you're a terrible shot. You're right, taking them head on would be suicide. That's not what you're going to be doing. Me, I'm just some nobody, but you're the big man's daughter after all. Your word means a lot to them. She was horrified. I would be too if I was in her shoes right now. No, I won't let you do this alone. You don't have a choice, look around. Look, I'm not happy either, both of us dying will be worthless. But if you live, you'll get a second chance to make it out of here and a second chance to see the other side. I know, but what's the point if it's not with you? You have to find out yourself. They're almost here, come on, we're running out of time. Her hands were shaking, it looked like she was going to drop her gun any second. I hate you for this, you know. I know and I'm sorry. She slowly raised her arms and trains the gun sight directly at me. And now we wait. Can you do me a favour? What's that? Don't shoot the face, please. I'm rather proud of it. You don't know what I do without my supernaturally good looks. She laughed through the tears. I would have still loved you even without them. Right back at you, Cat. She kissed me for the last time. I love you, Silverain. I love you too. Sorry, but it's going to be the face. Just let me take off the safety. Wait, I didn't sign up for this. Hear my favourite sound one last time. I could hear the guards coming now. We've only got a few seconds left. On the bright side, I won't owe you $10. I'll bet. She laughed. I think it's pretty clear who won the bet. See the guards now. The time is up. What makes you say? You did it. I'm alive. Everything hurts so bad, I almost wish it wasn't. The shock must have knocked me out cold. Coughed up blood as my vision flashed in and out rapidly, too fast to tell if I was fatally shot. All I could do was try and stay conscious. So as you said, Father, anyone who breaks the law must be punished. I could barely make out her voice, but it brought me comfort to me. You really do take after me. Made your old man very, very proud. Oh, we look at that. Looks like our little hero's still got some life left. No, Silverain, you're unlocked. Seeing the whole escaping thing, I'm afraid I'm going to have to fire you. No severance. I tried to make a witty comeback. The only thing that came out of my mouth was coughing up blood. But you're unlocked. A new opportunity just opened up, and I think... He kicked me in the stomach and rolled me over with his foot. You'll be the perfect fit. He laughed as he crushed my palm under his foot. You might think I'm going soft on you by not killing you, alright? You looked down at me, then back at her. But by my words, you both wish I had. Do whatever you want, I don't care about Silverain anymore. He laughed manically. I never did like Silverain much anyway. My vision fading, his words turned to vapour as I feel myself crumple into nothing. The last thing I saw was her face. She was holding the river back with everything she had. Who are you going to fool with a poker face like that? Cat. I love you, I always have, always will. I'm so sorry for what I forced you to do. And also, I'm so sorry you'll be alone now. I do hope you understand. Flashback to reality, I've almost reached Cat. I pushed myself faster and faster than ran in my life. Cat doesn't see him, but she sees the alarm going off in my eyes. Damien points his gun at his daughter, preparing to take a shot. Cat starts to turn around, but there's no time. Damien's finger pulls back on the trigger. What am I doing? I see the world in slow motion. Why am I throwing my life away for Cat? These memories, they're mine, but yet they're not the time. Who can say if I'm the same person as before who loved her so much? Who can say if these memories are from a completely different me compared to what I am now? There's no time for the answers. Even if I've forgotten you over and over, I still remember you, and I know that I would do anything for you. I run past Cat and throw myself in front of her, because I love her. A gunshot rings out. It's like my body is struck by lightning and set aflame. He fires again and again. Indescribable pain ripples through my body as shot after shot rips through me. It's not like the movies where someone can stand after being shot over and over. The firing stops and my vision starts to fade. I can barely hear him reloading over the sound of my body screaming in agony. My knees buckle and I start to fall. As I fall, I see Cat with a gun trained on Damien. There's no fear in her eyes. Hands aren't shaking, but she's biting her lip so hard I can see it bleeding. The last thing I see before the dark it takes me is a finger pressing down on the trigger. Wake up, Silverain. Please, please don't die. What's happening? Am I alive? I never heard a sound so desperate. Please just wake up. I can't lose you again, not again. Took everything I had to just open my eyes and breathe. Cat was cradling me in her arms, tears streaming down her face. Thank God, don't pass out again. You almost gave me a heart attack. Sorry, Cat. I cough and blood. Save your strength. Did you get him? We did. That's great. The switch? Should be able to get it now, but you're in no shape to walk. To be honest, I'm not in the best shape either. Look up at her and felt my heart drop. You've been shot. She laughed. Yeah, now I know what it feels like. I'm even more sorry for shooting you back then on the beach. Could have done with an actual CGI of this picture. I thought, considering the bullets were going through walls, they would have gone through you at the same as well. There was nothing else you could have done, Cat. That didn't stop me from regretting it every second of these past 2 years. That day I made a promise to myself. It didn't matter how many people I'd have to hurt or how much I would have to hurt. I would get you off the island alive and well, even if it was the last thing I did. Even if I had to see you fall in love with somebody else 100 times. Even if I knew what it meant I could never be with you again. I made a promise back then and I'll keep it even if it kills me. Slowly, Cat tried to lift me off the ground and up onto her back. She screamed and coughed up blood as she tried to lift me up. Stop, you're going to get yourself killed. That is exactly what I'm going to do. She lifted me onto her back and took one step towards the switch. I told myself back then, she stepped forward again, her legs trembling, that if you weren't leaving this island alive, neither would I. Another step closer. Because I love you, you know. One more step, and I know you don't remember most of our time together. Her breath was getting ragged and she took several steps and have to pour the breath. Honestly, I'm glad you even remember bits and pieces. I'm grateful for whatever I can get. The switch is in sight. And maybe the you I fell in love with doesn't even exist anymore. We're so close to it yet so far. But I still like to believe it's still you, Silverain. And you're still the same Silverain I fell in love with. We're just steps away from the switch. And I'm still the one you love. She laughed bitterly. It's just wishful thinking, I know. We're here. We made it. She coughed up blood again. You need to put your hand on the scanner. Can you do that? Got it. I used the last of my strength to reach my hand forward. Every inch I drew close to it, my vision grew darker. I pushed harder and harder, everything I had. Got it. My turn. Done. All that's left is to pull the switch. Sorry, Silverain, I'm going to have to put you down for a second. No problem. Cat gently rested me on the ground. Fuck, I can barely stand now. She tumbled forwards to the switch, managing to catch it with her hands and used it to keep herself upright. Here we go. The momentum we'd all been waiting for. Sorry, the moment we'd all been waiting for. She pulled it with the last of her strength. A second later, she fell to the ground by my side. A cacophony of machinery filled the stadium. That must be the barrier opening. We did it, Silverain. Sorry, Silverain. What for? I don't think we're getting out of here after all. I can't even move. It's okay. We had a good run, you know. Guess you could say that. At least the girls will be able to get out of here. They deserve better to die here. Yeah. I love you, Silverain. Always have, always will. For these last 2 years, I dreamt of us starting a new life together somewhere far from here. But I guess life's not like the movies. Dreams don't come true. Wish we could have met in a different place and a different time. Maybe, just maybe then, Silverain would... Cat? Cat? Her eyes were closed, a stream of tears ran down both her eyes. My vision blurred, even more of tears welled up in my eyes. If we could have met in a different place, a different time, I'm sure our story would have been so different. I wish we could have, Cat. I tried to move close to her, but my body refused. It was all I could do to move my head around. I looked around a futility for some kind of miracle that could save us both. This was too sad an ending. I looked to Cat. I looked to the heavens and all but abandoned us. I looked behind us, and I saw what could only be described as angels. I tried to speak, but no words came out. Must have been dreaming. I must be. The world turned to black. Am I dead? If I keep asking myself that, it's bound to be right sooner or later. But somehow I think there's more to come in my story. And I know there's one more person I want to spend the rest of it with. I love you. Alright. This will be the first of our endings. Proper endings. We'll go with Cat. I woke up in an unfamiliar room. Is the room shaking? I tried to get up. Oh, fuck! I looked down to my body. I've been bandaged enough to look like a mummy. But I'm alive. Silverain, you're up. Hey, Yui. Where are we? We're on the boat. We're miles away from the island by now. That's a relief. Everyone okay? I'll let you be the judge of that. Yui ran off and came back a few moments later. You had us worried, Silverain. I'm so glad to see you're alright. Didn't make it easy to save you either. Oh, and if you find yourself craving brains or bananas, that's completely unrelated to how I treated you. I'm just thankful it worked. So good to see you safe and sound, Silverain. If you died after all we've been through, I'd kill you. But I'm really glad that you're here for me to say that to. You're great, Silverain. Resistance could use someone like you. Besides, it doesn't look like you have a real job anymore, huh? Thanks, guys. You really stuck your neck out to save Cat and I. I could never thank you enough. It's what you had to do for us, Silverain. Indeed, we ran after you two just moments after you left. There was no point in us escaping if it wasn't with you, Silverain. Yeah, I know, Cat said Noxu, but hey. I didn't remember at the time, so it's all good. Managed to save the brothers 5 too. Couldn't just let them be stranded after all, after what we've been through. Glad to hear that. There's no way we could have escaped without them. I nervously looked around the room. Is Cat? Cat's doing well too. She's resting in the room next door. She didn't think you'd want to see her. I see. Thanks for letting me know, Ewan. I should be thanking you. None of us would have made it off the island if it wasn't for you and Cat. It's true, despite whatever you may hear Tara say. I'm just saying, I have a pretty mean look. I was saying, I have a pretty mean right hook. It's so good to see you all. I've got no idea what the world ahead has for each of us, but whatever it is in store, we'll face it together. You bet. I am surprised that you can say that with a straight face, but yes. Won't have it any other way. I could really use you as a PR person for the visitors, Silverain. You've got a thing for speeches. Wait a minute, if everyone's hearing Cat's next door, who's driving the boat? Everyone looks at Terra. And that's a serious exit for Terra Bite. She ran off like a cartoon character. We laughed together, it felt like it'd been so long so we could have just laughed. No cameras, no fear, just friends fooling around. Anyway, it's so good to see you're okay. That said, team, we need to give Silverain some time to rest. Once again, I'm not trying to quarantine you because we didn't use a zombie virus, unique properties to save you. Thanks, Scarlet. And thank you everyone for coming to see me. Don't mention it. All in this together and all that, right? See you later, Silverain. Alright, enough of the cheese. Get out before Silverain turns. I mean, before Silverain needs rest, right? And with that, I was alone. Phew, I thought they'd never leave. Hey Scarlet, what's up? Nothing, She was hiding a syringe behind her back. Need to give you a shot for good luck. Right. I put my arm forward. Well, the doctor knows best. I'm not a doctor. She ejected the good luck charm into my arm. Just wanted to say thanks again. My life went off the rails back at the island even before the show. That's putting it lightly. She laughed. I know if I stayed there, I would have never been truly happy for the rest of my life. Never would have been able to help people ever again. So thank you again, Silverain. You've been out, so there's no way you know, but today's the day that we've been the last day of the show, and the final ceremony you asked one of the girls to be with you. I'm not going to say who's going to be rushing for your proposal, but I think everyone hears an answer from you. That kind of decision takes time to think over, so I figure you need some kind of space. Thanks, Scarlet, you're right. It's my pleasure. She kissed me on the cheek. Well, I'll see you later. Thank you, Scarlet. And then I was alone in the room. It's a little tough, but it's the one I know I have to make. They're all incredible people. I've been lucky to be with any of them, and anyone would. I sat in silence for a long time, resting, contemplating what to do. Is it a life of excitement with Ali? A life of rediscovery with Scarlet? A life of simple things with Yui? A life challenging our limits with Violet? A life of freedom with Terra? And then I just knew. I got up from the bed and walked to the door of my room and looked for the room next to mine. There. I looked through the window and I just knew. I opened the door. Hey. Hey, Silverain. You look like hell. You don't look much better. I'm surprised your face is intact. It survived a lot now, hasn't it? Yeah. You know, the girls are hoping you ask one of them out today. They'll get the wrong idea if they see you here. I came here for you, Cat, and only you. You've been there for me even before I can remember meeting you. There's no way I could have ever gotten off this island, or anyone else could have if it wasn't for you. And I know that there's so much we have to figure out and so much we don't know in this world. But I know I want to face that world with you, Cat. Tears were streaming down her face. I didn't want to I didn't want to hope for it. I walked next to her and got down on one knee. I tried so hard to convince myself it would never happen because it was too painful to even hope. I don't have a ring or anything, but I'm sure I can get one later. You don't need a ring. Will you marry me? Yes, yes, yes. I love you, Cat. Love you too, Silverain. More than you could ever know. Wherever life takes you, is where I'll go. We held each other close and kissed for the first time in years. Memories flooded back with each passionate moment. The day we met, our first kiss, fights in the rain, making up, the joy of just being with the person you love. The day I proposed to her the first time, and now today I'm sure there's many more to come. Here's to making new memories together, Cat. I love you. And there we go, there's our first true ending. And that's kind of nice and quite cute. I get what I said at the start, Violet seemed to be like almost the one it was pushing you towards of the main girls. that final moment with Kat revealing everything, and the big sort of twist in her personality. Again, if this was a TV series, I'd probably say Kat would have been the canon ending. But I will catch you next time, and we'll see more endings.